Hello, my name is Dwayne France and I'm a retired Army non-commissioned officer and clinical mental health counselor. I'd like to introduce you to the Fountain Valley Veterans Homestead, a permanent supportive housing project currently being developed to support veterans and their families who are experiencing housing instability. Today, you will hear from various members of our team on the genesis of the project, our goals, the reasons for development, and from several key partners in the initiative.
Hello, I'm State Representative Lois Landgraf, and it is my honor to introduce you to the Fountain Valley Homestead. Following a visit to Haven for Hope, a supportive housing community located in San Antonio that has helped thousands of homeless citizens with health needs become contributing members of their economy, I saw the opportunity and need to replicate this model in Colorado. But for many reasons, one being the close proximity to Fort Carson, as well as my personal connection to the military, I wanted to focus on veterans. The Fountain Valley has one of the country's largest active duty populations. It is home to many veterans and military families. Due to the high number of deployments, separation from families, and the trauma of war, we are seeing an alarming increase in the number of vets experiencing homelessness, PTSD, harmful drug and alcohol use, domestic violence, and suicide. Skyler Nelson, a veteran herself, will tell you more about our project.
I'm Skyler Nelson. I served in the Army as a chaplain assistant, and my transition back into civilian life was quite challenging. I had reached out to Representative Landgraf about some of the challenges our veterans face, especially with mental health. She invited me to her office at the Capitol, and from there, our vision was born. The Veteran Homestead will provide a permanent, supportive community with access to healthcare, housing, job training, employment, and other essential services. Fountain Valley will be a leading model for nation building at home, working with active duty military, veterans, and community partners to reduce over-reliance on costly public systems of intervention and care, while achieving measurable goals in individual and community health and prosperity.
Hi, I'm Vincent Atchity, President and CEO of Mental Health Colorado. In Mental Health Colorado, we often talk about how housing really is the first requirement for our mental health and well-being over the course of our lifespans. By creating the structured support, guidance, and partnerships for veterans to make sure that they're getting all of their health needs met, that they are optimizing their outcomes by seeking further vocational training and employment training and finding employers in the community and beyond, we will ensure that veterans and their families achieve the health and prosperity that they deserve and are qualified to get. It's a community that will provide safety, services, and support for veterans who need healthcare and a cadre of their peers who share their objective to realize that potential so that they'll be holding each other up and moving their families forward. This will reduce public costs. Cities who've done it are spending 2/5 on safety net costs for crisis intervention systems, emergency departments, jails, and other public systems of support.
The partners developing the project include Mental Health Colorado, which has provided much of the administrative support during the development of the project, the Family Care Center Veteran Services, an outpatient mental health clinic which will provide on-site behavioral health support, the City of Fountain, which has been a critical partner in all phases of planning and development, and Cohen Esri Development, which has been selected as a project developer. The team is currently working to locate a general case management provider who will be willing to provide on-site support not related to behavioral health counseling. Some permanent supportive housing projects are initiated by agencies that are performing homelessness prevention services already, whereas this project was inspired and driven by community members who are focused on beginning with the mental health and wellness of the residents in mind. One of the reasons we wanted to develop a permanent supportive housing project in southern El Paso County is that we have a significant number of veterans within our community. According to Census Bureau estimates, almost 84,000 and over 40,000 military service members at 5 active military installations call El Paso County home. Some of the veteran populations by location in our community are Greater Colorado Springs, which has almost 52,000 veterans, Black Forest, with just over 2,000, Monument, 847, Manitou Springs, 762, but nearly 11,000 veterans call the Fountain Valley home. El Paso County has a number of housing solutions already. The Commons, which is currently being developed and will be managed by Homeward Pikes Peak, the Crawford House, which is operated by the Colorado Veterans Resource Coalition, is an emergency housing project with 18 beds. Greenway Flats, operated by the Springs Rescue Mission, has capacity for 65 individuals and their families, but it is not veteran-specific. Freedom Springs, operated by Volunteers of America, has 50 units. And finally, Fresh Start, which is operated by the Salvation Army, is a transitional housing program that has a capacity of 43 beds and is also veteran-specific. specific. As you can see, all of these housing solutions are located in central El Paso County, with none located in the Fountain Valley, which has the second largest concentration of veterans in El Paso County. With this many housing projects developed or being developed in our community, there continues to be a need for veteran-specific housing. The Pikes Peak Continuum of Care maintains a homeless management information system database of all individuals in our community who are currently experiencing homelessness. The database indicates the number of self-reported veterans in El Paso County who are entering and exiting the homeless system. This database is solely for capturing data on individuals who meet the criteria for being literally homeless, on the streets, living in shelters, a motel paid by an agency, or any other place not meant for human habitation, for example, a vehicle or an RV not hooked up to services. As of September 2020, a total of 511 veterans were currently active in the database, which met the criteria for being literally homeless. Additionally, there is a need to not only address homelessness in our veteran community, but their mental health and wellness as well. The number of veteran deaths by suicide in El Paso County has been significant, with the number of veterans being lost demonstrating an upward trend since 2005. This is especially true in our older veteran population, in which we have lost nearly 200 veterans over the age of 55 since 2004. Historical trends tell us that a veteran dies from suicide every 10 days in El Paso County, and economic stability, and especially housing stability, is often a significant factor. The planned housing development will serve veterans and their families, families of fallen service members and veterans, local business and employers by providing a stronger workforce and stronger consumers, and Fountain Valley neighbors with greater health, safety, and well-being.
Hi, my name is Lisa Sorensen. I am Development Director with Cohen Esri Development Group. I just wanted to say how very proud and honored we are to work with this team and also have the opportunity to serve the veterans, families of veterans, and all future residents with this project. Here you can see some examples of some projects we've built across the country. Cohen Esri has been in business for over 50 years, and we specialize in developing affordable housing throughout the Midwest, Texas, and recently started in Colorado market. In our project, we plan to develop on a city-owned piece of land. The design will be centered around healthy initiatives. It will be 100% accessible, visitable, and will include universal design. It will cater to pets and service animals with an on-site dog park and pet showers. It will also focus on trauma-informed design to create safe spaces and environments targeted for healing and living in community. The city plans to provide public transportation directly to this location, and the site also has close proximity to a variety of local services. Given the work this team has done to identify the need for this housing and the corresponding supportive services, as the developer, we will lead the process of structuring financing, providing guarantees, applying for tax credits, vouchers, and making sure everything is covered to complete construction. We will ensure the development risk is covered so the rest of the team can focus on their specialized service and not worry about construction, development, or financing.
Hi, my name is Scott Trainer. I'm the city manager with the city of Fountain, Colorado. So we are on the south side of Colorado Springs. We consider ourselves one of the entryways to Fort Carson, and we are a strong military community in here with a number of veterans, as you've heard, living in and around our community, and just huge supporters, champions of the military down here. The site that's being looked at right now is currently a city-owned site where we have some of our city services being provided out of. It's a 9-acre plot. It is a parcel of land that sits down in the center of what we call our Old Town area. One of the nice things about this is that it's along a bus route, and we intend on having a bus stop connecting directly to the site once the site opens. Right now, it's an old school with 5 or 6 different various stages of construction that happened since the 1950s. There's 2 pieces of it that are potentially repurposable for different sorts of services. However, our intent would be to probably demo the other pieces of that facility. I want to highlight some of the services that are specifically around this property site. It has very close proximity to our city hall, our utility services down here. It's just a couple blocks away from the library. Services to Peak Vista, services to Fountain Valley Housing Authority. And so there's a number of services down in this area, as well as commercial access as well. So just a few blocks away from here is also commercial access for folks. It's close to some parks and trails, close to our Metcalf Park. And it's also within a few miles of El Paso County Department of Health Services facility that they're bringing in to the area. And that's intended to open at the end of this year.
The next steps for this project will be to conduct a market study, to identify a general case management service provider. We will apply for a 9% tax credit in February of 2021 and apply for Colorado Department of Local Affairs project-based vouchers. Together, we can increase the permanent housing support for veterans in our community. We all believe that our homeless veterans deserve better than the experiences that they currently have, and we want to support them in that and we would like to partner with you to be able to do so. Thank you.